Machiavelli did not write lullabies. He wrote warnings. He wrote about men who took the world by the throat. He understood a brutal truth. Vulnerability is inevitable, but what you do with it decides whether you become prey or prince. Every man knows the humiliation. You open your chest, show the soft spot, and watch someone grin. That's how boys are taught to become ghosts. Hide, mute, shrink. But ghosts don't get power. Ghosts don't get respect. Ghosts remain invisible while the world walks right through them, trampling their hearts without even recognizing that they exist. And you think the answer is to be healed? Tonight, it's not about healing. It's about control. Control of your urges. Control of your timing. Control of the mask that the world memorizes when it thinks of you. Here is the test. Life throws you chaos. A partner loses interest. A co-worker steals your credit. Your family keeps you small. If you wait, you drown. If you move with cold intention, the flood becomes a river you can dam, reroute, and ride. Machiavelli hands you a blade, 5 edges. Learn to use them, or bleed on them. If you're ready, comment, "I'm ready for that test," and keep watching. Lesson 1. Strike first, repent later. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Do you hear the edge in that? It is not advice. It is a blade pressed against your throat. Fortune, Machiavelli tells us, is a storm. Those who wait for calm weather are already corpses. Those who act recklessly, violently, decisively may drown, but they may also seize the flood and ride it into power. And history has never remembered the ones who stood on the shore. He compared fortune to a woman. It is feral, capricious, unforgiving. She does not yield to the polite. She yields to the man who seizes her with force. The timid are punished. The bold are crowned. Look back at your own life. How many times has hesitation bled you? The unspoken word, the chance you let slip, the respect you handed to another because you waited. Each pause was a death sentence carried out silently. Understand, to act is dangerous, to wait is fatal. Action may scar you, but scars are proof you lived. Hesitation leaves no scars, only emptiness. This is Machiavelli's first gate. To pass, you must strike before you are ready. You must claim before you are certain. You must leap before the bridge is built. Those who do so may stumble, but those who wait are already lost. Lesson 2. The mask becomes the man. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you are. That line is not advice. It is a curse. The world will never meet your soul. They will only see the mask you wear. And the mask will decide everything. Men think honesty is strength. They spill their insides hoping to be understood. But what they reveal is weakness. And weakness is remembered long after words are forgotten. But honesty is only strength when used strategically, when wielded like a weapon. Machiavelli knew better. He saw that appearance is not decoration. It is armor. It is a weapon. A ruler who looks merciful controls more than one who is merciful. A man who looks confident commands more than one who merely feels it. The mask shapes reality. Wear it long enough, and the mask fuses to the bone. Doubt is hidden, fear is buried. What remains is the silhouette people cannot ignore. This is why vulnerability must be sharpened like a blade. One cut, precise, controlled, and you gain loyalty. Too much, and you bleed out before the crowd. A single tear can humanize a leader. but collapse and he becomes nothing but a wound. Understand this. The mask is not falsehood. It is prophecy. You are becoming what you display. Each gesture, each tone, each controlled expression chisels the man you will be. The cracks still exist, but you turn them toward the shadows. The test is cruel. Do you reveal yourself carelessly and let others define you? Or do you master the mask and force the world to see only what serves your power? Pass Machiavelli's wisdom test, and your mask becomes your crown. Fail, and your nakedness becomes your downfall. Lesson 3. Command respect over affection. Machiavelli posed the question that chills men even today. Is it better to be loved or feared? His reply dripped with steel. It is safer to be feared. Why? Because love is fickle. Love is soft. Love unravels with time, with fatigue, with boredom. It can be offered today and withdrawn tomorrow with no warning. One moment of neglect, one argument, one betrayal, and the love you trusted is gone. Fear, by contrast, endures. Fear binds. Fear does not drift with mood. It does not fade with time. When men fear your displeasure, when they respect the weight of your presence, they hesitate before they cross you. They calculate before they betray. That hesitation is your shield. That calculation is your power. Machiavelli was not naive. He knew the difference between fear and cruelty. Do you? You see, Machiavelli knew cruelty poisons the well. Hatred breeds conspiracies. Acrimony sharpens daggers in the dark. A prince who becomes hated is already condemned. The art is subtler. Inspire enough fear that your absence would terrify. Temper it with enough order that your presence is valued. This is why the leader who seeks to be adored is always undone. He sacrifices authority for affection. He fears being disliked, so he bends. He avoids hard truths, hard boundaries, hard decisions. For a while, people smile at him. They laugh in his presence. They embrace him as a friend, disarm him with thoughts of love and compassion. And when the hour of discipline arrives, when the test demands results, they do not obey him. They do not follow him. They trample him. They eat him alive, because love has no teeth. But respect? Well, respect has teeth. Respect is heavier than affection, and it endures the storm. When you are respected, men may not always like you, but they deliver for you. They guard your name. They fear losing you more than they fear disappointing you. That is the chain of iron Machiavelli spoke of. The test at this gate is brutal. Do you crave to be adored, to be seen as endlessly pleasing, endlessly agreeable? Or do you demand respect, even if it chills the room? The man who passes will stand firm when affection dries up. The man who fails will be left with nothing the moment love fades. Remember, adoration is a flame. Respect is stone. Fire dazzles for a moment, then burns out. Stone remains when the ashes are cold. Lesson 4. Power is in setbacks. Have you ever examined chaos? Have you looked closely at a setback and wondered how it arrived at your doorstep? Did you notice how chaos was packaged as it was delivered into your life? Chaos does not always arrive as people. Sometimes it arrives as fate. Fortune turns and everything collapses. A job lost. A betrayal you did not expect. A dream broken in your hands. Most men believe this is the end. They treat failure as a coffin. But Machiavelli saw something else. He saw failure as fire. Fire that can consume you or forge you. Without opportunity, ability would be wasted. Without ability, opportunity would come in vain. What does that mean? It means chaos itself is the forge of opportunity. Misfortune strips men bare, exposing their weakness, but also offering the rare chance to prove their strength. The weak crumble. They fold in on themselves, clinging to pity, drowning in despair. The strong pause, not in surrender, but in calculation. They wait like wolves in the dark, watching, adjusting, readying for the counter-strike. Machiavelli warned that foundations must be laid in times of calm. A fortress built before the storm will endure. But even if you have failed to prepare, the storm is not final. It simply demands a higher price. Blood, effort, ruthlessness. With that cost paid, even ruins can become walls. This is why failure is not your enemy. Failure is raw material. With it, you can carve new roads that would never exist without collapse. History worships those who rose from ruin. Their names echo because they turned disaster into empire. The test is merciless. When the floor crumbles beneath you, will you vanish into the pit? Or will you crawl from the dust with sharpened teeth and a new design for power? Every setback is a summons. Every loss is a dare. Do you let it hollow you? Or do you use it to build a throne from the rubble? Pass, and chaos bends to you. Fail, and you will remain its slave until the grave. Lesson 5. Walk in the footsteps of giants. Machiavelli left one final key, a key that most men are too proud to touch. A prudent man should always follow in the path trodden by great men and imitate those who have been most excellent. Pride whispers that you must be original, that you must carve your destiny alone. But pride is a trap. The wise man studies those who carved empires before him. He imitates their movements. He borrows their strategies. And in the act of imitation, he becomes something greater than himself. Picture the archer, Machiavelli said. His target is far beyond his reach. To strike it, he must aim higher than the mark itself, so the arrow descending may still find its place. The same is true of men. Aim at ordinary models and you will remain ordinary. Aim at giants, and even if you fall short, you will tower above the crowd. This is not servitude. This is not mimicry. This is strategy. By placing yourself in the current of greatness, you let history's strongest hands carry you forward. And once carried far enough, you can leap further still. Weak men dismiss their elders. They mock the ancients. They believe their small insights outweigh the lessons written in blood across centuries. But the man who kneels to study the past rises taller. He carries with him the voices of conquerors, the calculations of princes, the scars of rulers who lost everything. He does not stumble blindly. He walks with torches lit by those who came before. This is the final gate. Will you grope in darkness, chained by your own arrogance? Or will you let the dead guide your steps until you surpass them? Those who fail remain trapped in the arrogance of isolation. Those who pass become heirs to every throne that has ever existed. Now the circle is complete. You have faced Machiavelli's 5 gates. To strike before hesitation kills you. To master the mask until it fuses with the man. To choose respect over fragile affection. To turn setbacks into weapons. To walk in the footsteps of giants until you become one. This is the wisdom test. It does not come once, it comes every day. In the silence before you act, in the moment before you speak, in the split second where you either seize control or surrender it. Most men fail. They crave love, they hesitate, they collapse when chaos strikes. They cling to pride instead of learning from those who bled before them. They vanish into history without leaving a trace. But a few pass. When the test comes, will you pass, or will you fail like the rest? If this video hit you, then don't scroll past like nothing has changed. Hit the like button so the algorithm knows men like you still exist, and subscribe so you get the Machiavellian reminder every time we post. Until next time.